We've had some feedback though.
We've had a little bit of feedback.
Truly diabolical.
So, Toni, as the muscles of this podcast, as the CEO, where do you see you doing your best hit rock bottom apology to the fans?
Well, I've seen an apology video with they looked really fancy. So maybe that's what I should try. Does anybody have any Cartier love bracelets I could borrow?
So the paws can relate.
Yeah. I used to be like that. Now, we shouldn't laugh because this is very serious. Hello, welcome to the Toni and Ryan podcast. I'm Toni and this is Ryan.
Now, we've got Stephanie who's from North Carolina. Stephanie, can you please tell us your chickens' names?
Oh, so my chickens are Ginger, Juniper, Sage, and Nutmeg.
Oh, beautiful.
And they're the Spice Girls.
If you want to be my chicken, you got to go lay some eggs.
Steph, will you approve today's episode?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Hey, it's Stephanie from North Carolina, and I approve this podcast.
I know what you're thinking, Ryan. How are
I'm
you
always
looking
thinking about
so
you.
fashionable?
That's what I'm always thinking.
I've got my Hawks jacket on.
Love it.
I got my Hawk shirt on tonight.
That's a great jacket.
Thank you. It arrived 2 days after Hawthorn were knocked out of the finals last year.
It was a rough time.
Yeah, I bought it at the start of the playoffs, the finals, and was like, yep, I'll wear this during the finals games.
Yeah.
We got knocked out, and then the jacket arrived. So that was
At
great.
least it fits.
Yep.
Because I went to put my merch on and this is actually all I could find. Might have shrunk in the wash, I think.
Yeah.
Might be one of Mabel's.
Tony's wearing Mabel's Hawk scarf, but our Hawks' first game of the season tonight against the Sydney Swans.
Oh. Sorry. Footy chat.
We're feeling good. Go on.
I
Don't
reckon.
jinx us or do anything fucking dumb, but go on.
Don't you reckon?
What?
Don't you reckon, Bart?
What?
You reckon, Bart?
What?
Feeling pretty good. It's feeling pretty good to me.
To be a Hawks fan in 2025?
And because, we said that because I joined the Hawks as a fan, as a diehard fan, 4 weeks into the season last year.
And then they went on a hot streak.
So don't you think that ipso facto by maths, if I'm here from the beginning of the season, it just might...
We are playing Sydney in Sydney, who were in the grand final last year and have Brodie Grundy, my favourite player. But how about them Hawks? I'm just trying to be cool. I'm just trying to be humble and just not get ahead of myself.
I think it's our year. I think it's our year.
Yep.
Don't you reckon?
I don't want to jinx us or pump us up.
But look at this scarf. I could not be more festive if I tried.
Look at this jacket.
Look at that jacket.
Also, I don't want to give spoiler alerts for next Friday, but it is reversible, and I will be wearing this jacket in many ways, shapes, and forms this year.
Because
we're staying calm and we're not getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay. I reckon it's our year. Is that you're not allowed to say that?
I just don't want to jinx it.
But
because last year was so fun because the expectations were so low.
Yeah, and then everything they fucking popped off.
And everything was just a bonus.
Nah, we're going to pop the fuck off. The lids are off. Is that footy chat?
Sort of.
Yeah.
The lid is off. We haven't played a game yet, but the lid is off.
And we did lose the preseason game.
Oh, who gives a fuck about
It's
that?
just preseason.
Yeah, pre-season.
I said that to Chubbs the other day. He goes, oh, typical footy fan. He goes, I saw you lost last night. And I was like, yeah, it's just preseason. He goes, oh, typical. I know. In our house, we have a rivalry. I love it.
What's his side of the rivalry?
Well, Torbs goes for Freo because his family...
Get a fucking life.
Yeah, his family's a Freo family. I tell you something for free, it's not their year.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
It's not. Can I take this off?
Yeah, it's a bit itchy, isn't it? Yeah, this jacket's quite warm for this time of the year in Australia, to be fair.
Hey, you've made the
it's
impression...
It's a thick winter coat, and it is not winter yet.
Sounds like what I've got on my legs. My winter coat. It's February. It's March.
Okay, now we've decided what day it is and who we go for. Should we start the podcast?
Yeah, okay.
The New York Times are writing about how things are done in Australia, and I have a question for the people writing this.
Because who better to know than the people at the New York Times?
Are the people at the New York Times writing about Australia, have they ever been anywhere near Australia?
Or an Australian?
Or are they just lobbing shit into ChatGPT and seeing what the fuck it spits back out?
Yeah.
If you go to a birthday party in Australia, you probably won't get birthday cake, but you will find fairy bread.
False. You get both.
You won't not get a cake.
No, fairy bread's not a cake replacement.
It's not a cake alternative.
No, it's just like another little treat.
Would you like to explain your definition of fairy bread, or do we want to see some American butcher at first?
I think I'd like to see an American butcher at first.
Okay, check your text messages.
Ooh.
This is from Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Welcome to Hometowns, where I make food from your hometown and tell you if it sucks. Today we're making fairy bread from Southern Australia. What this is
Southern
a piece
Australia?
of toast
Why
cut
is it
into
going on toast?
triangles for some reason. After that, you cover it in butter and absolutely load it up with sprinkles. I was surprised to learn that this thing comes from down under, but only because it seems like something we would come up with in the United States. Carbs, fats, sugars, and dyes. In other words, the standard American diet. Now this dish dates back to the 1920s, where they would serve it at kids' parties in Australia. And if I'm being honest, it kind of feels like someone just forgot to buy a birthday cake. Here's how I see it playing out. A woman turns to her husband and says, "Hey, did you ever pick up that cake that I asked you to?" And he says, "No. What cake?" After a brief argument about how he never listens when she talks, and a discussion about the invisible workload of a mom, she throws together something that resembles a dessert. And boom, that's how fairy bread was invented. At least in my head. The flavor of this is honestly fine. I'll say it surpassed expectations, but they were very low. I'm glad I had the experience and it doesn't suck, but I won't be making it again.
So much that needs to be unpacked.
Is there something you'd like to say?
About the video. I mean, truly diabolical. The fact it's on toast absolutely needs to be studied in a...
Toasting the bread.
Absolutely not. One of the best parts about it is that it's on like a thick, fresh, white, like sugar bread, like a tip-toppy kind of...
It's like the bread is almost fairy bread before it gets made into fairy bread.
And you know, like it has to be really fresh. Like it can't be even a little bit stale.
Now, The Guardian have done a deep dive into this video.
Oh.
And The Guardian said, after cutting his bread slices, which looked like wholemeal, content creator Tim cut them into tiny, uneven triangles. Unforgivable.
It needs to be like an X cross. Yeah.
Now, what do we have here, Toni?
So to take matters into our own hands,
Yep.
I bought some supplies. We love a prop.
Yep.
Breadboard.
You got a chopping board.
Yeah, to make it on. Now, I have bought the necessary bread.
Yep.
A beautiful fresh tip top.
Yep. Now, you got up me the other day for bringing wholemeal to a sausage sizzle.
Yep. No, so this is a thick white toast.
Yep.
And I also, for my best mate Ryan, I did get some thick, soft, white, gluten-free. Now, this might be controversial. However, I just didn't want you to feel like you only had one option.
Toni,
Yes.
I appreciate you bringing me the option of gluten-free bread.
It's gone. Don't worry about it.
But culturally,
Yeah.
and the fact we're getting...
Absolutely. It's gone.
We're getting stuck
forgotten
into
about.
this guy about keeping it traditional. Can you see that in the background of Tony's shot?
It's actually gone.
That's what I said. Some beautiful butter,
Yep.
not Marge, and some sprinkies.
Now, tell me, are those sprinkles rectangular shaped sprinkles or...
It's around 100,000.
Thank you.
Of course. Now, allow me.
It's like a Tony 15-minute meal here.
It is. All right. This feels quite fun.
It is fun.
I feel like I'm on New York Times Cooking, except they fucked it up.
While you're doing this, just let me add that BuzzFeed did a video where Americans tried it,
Oh, yeah.
but it was called Stoned Americans Try Fairy Bread. What's going on at BuzzFeed?
I also don't think that this is a high food. Like,
Oh,
nah, see, I think I want like a hot cheesy thing. I've read.
I don't think if
I'm going in with the butter
She's
here.
going in with the butter. I don't think that looks good, and that's a good amount of butter.
Thank you.
I don't think if you're stoned, you're saying no to fairy bread in any situation.
I just don't think it would be what I would pick.
Yeah, but you're not saying no to it. Like
No,
if someone
so
goes,
true.
"Oh, Tony, I know you're stoned on the couch and full of cheese, but do you just want some fairy bread that I've prepared?"
So true.
And you're like, "Well, obviously."
So true. Okay. The other thing that our friend Tim did in that video was that he poured the sprinkles directly onto the bread, which is absolutely a no-no. Diabolical.
How do you?
Doesn't that sound like Christmas?
So this is new to me. So Toni has a bowl and she's put the hundreds and thousands in a bowl,
And you press down.
and now she's putting the bread.
And then look at this. No excess.
No spill.
Because when you do it directly down, they don't all stick. Yeah, stick with
I
me,
didn't know
baby.
that.
Yeah.
I am
I
impressed.
should have kids.
See, you've said that a lot, but I don't think the metrics you're using for should I have kids are the right
Are
metrics.
the right ones.
So I don't think.
Could I just do this for Mabel?
Yeah.
Oh my God, amazing. Oh, being an auntie is the best.
Are you
Okay.
available, like early October?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I've
my
got-
whole calendar's free.
I might book you
Perfect.
technical chat.
Yeah.
This technical. Do we each get to try?
Okay, so what I'm doing
Yeah.
now is I'm about to cut it. You'll notice I'm going from top left to bottom right.
Yeah,
of
a
course.
perfect diagonal triangle. I don't know what that other guy was chopping at, but I'm so impressed with the bowl and the dunk. I've not seen that,
You got to do the dunk.
and it just
All
looks so
right.
clean and perfect.
Now, Charles, I like you the least, so you can have the dark edge. No, you're just new, so it's hazing. Sophie.
Sophie, Um,
Ryan, I like you the most.
is
so
it
you've got the lightest. crust.
culturally appropriate for us to cheers the fairy bread?
Cheers.
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 Kink, kink, kink.
And voila. Oh, that's fucking good.
Oh my god.
That tastes like my mum's about to yell at my friends to get out of the pool. That's good. Fuck, that's good. Why is that so good?
You wouldn't get that same crunch with those weird sprinkles.
No, you don't, because they're like chalky.
I think the underrated factor of the fairy bread is the softness of the bread.
It is.
The softness of the butter, but the sprinkles give it a crunch.
Yes.
And
So
most
with the
sandwiches
toast-
don't have crunch.
No, with toast,
Then
you
you crunch
lose
on
that.
crunch.
Yeah. And also, you kind of need it like the butter to like sink in, but still be a whole. Whereas on toast, like it would melt a little
Melts,
bit, which
yeah.
is not what you need.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah. You're welcome, Chef Toni Logic yourself.
Hey, it's Steph from North Carolina, and you're listening to Toni and Ryan.
A massive shout out to a few of our champion tappers over at our Patreon. All levels of Patreon are currently scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So if you'd like to see your name there, you can join our Patreon. But a massive shout out to a few of our champion tappers. Laura, good on you, Laura. Rochelle B, good on you, Rochelle. Holden Perkins. Holden Gherkins, more like. Charlie, good on you, Charlie. Sinead Riley, Kelsey Whittam, and Tara Lee. Good on you.
Thanks, Tara Lee. What's the ice cream that made me think of?
Sarah Lee.
Sorry.
Do you know what is fucking unreal?
Fairy bread.
Yeah, I want to eat like 9,000 more pieces of fucking fairy bread right
Same.
now. Sarah Lee does like a range of cakes and stuff. And they used to do this, like, they stopped selling it about 2 years ago. It's in like a foil container. They did like a chocolate cake and a banana cake and a carrot cake. And it was the most unreal cake. My mum used to buy it if someone was coming over.
Get the Sarah Lee out.
Yeah, as like an afternoon
What was
tea.
your favourite of those three?
The banana.
Really?
And the icing on it was like cream cheese.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fucking good.
Is that the same cream? Is that what you have on carrot cake? Because the cream on a
Yeah.
carrot cake fucking goes off.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
because it's the cream cheese frosting. Same on like a red velvet cake is often like cream cheese.
Yeah.
Did you know that red velvet? I don't know if this is actually true. I thought it had beetroot in it, but I think it's just fucking food dye. Isn't that hell upsetting?
Yeah, I think a lot of
But I thought that red velvet was actually a special thing, but it's just red cake.
Yeah, I think most cakes are, yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like chocolate cake isn't brown cake. It's chocolate. So red
You'd
velvet
hope,
shouldn't
yeah.
just be like vanilla.
It should be actual velvet mixed into flour.
But it just feels like so
hang on.
elegant and fancy.
I've got the beginnings of a red velvet
If
cake.
you get your cock out, I swear to God, I love it. Show me your cream cheese frosting. Sorry. Nah, sorry. What are you doing?
Now, if I put this into a
My
cake,
friend Paddington.
it's Carmen Sandiego.
It's actually Paddington.
If I put this hat into a cake, would it in fact be red velvet cake?
Yes. Yeah, actually, I think you've nailed
It doesn't suit the Hawthorne get-up.
No, I think you look like someone that would be in the MCC, the members area. Just a nice little Easter egg
Yeah.
back there. I
Yep.
love it.
Just to let everyone know, I have eaten gluten and Charles has had butter.
Yeah, so
And we can
we're
all
on a
do-
tight turnaround. So the
Tight
second
sketch,
half of
that's-
this episode is going to be quick.
Let's get it
cracking.
cracking. Let's get it cracking. Last week on the show, there was a story, a confession about a boy who liked to eat toenails. Now, let's just have a quick listen. My boyfriend clips his nails and eats them. I am fully supportive.
Oh.
And now when I clip my fingers or toes, I leave the clippings
No,
in a little pile on the bench as an offering to him to consume.
No. I think we need to beep everything you just said because that is the most foul thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm disgusting. I am. I stand by that.
There's
Now, we shouldn't laugh because this is very serious. We've had some feedback, though.
We've had a little bit of feedback. People usually love confessions, and people did not like that. They did not like that at all. I know we've got a bigger comment, but Amy said, I'm going against the internet. I do listen and I do judge. And
So true.
yeah,
Yep.
a lot of people saying dry reaching in the car on the way to work.
Yep.
How did this happen? I'm stopping listening to the podcast. What have you got there?
Well, so we on this podcast famously say that we're not going to yuck someone's yum. There's room for everybody, but we actually did yuck their yum pretty hard in that episode.
Did we or did we? Well, you did sing no.
But also we were like, that is so fucked up because that video is only just the tip of the iceberg that we just heard because the rest of it is about eating each other's pimples, which I think that everyone here forgot.
I definitely did.
We got this message from Ben Hoochen on Patreon. Ben says, I just pulled off the road.
Did you buy him a drink first?
Okay, no, this is serious.
Seriously.
No laughing.
A road. That's a funny name. Sorry.
This is very serious.
Sorry.
I've just stopped driving,
Okay. I'm being serious.
downloaded Patreon for the first time ever to use the platform,
Yep.
looked you up, bought a premium membership, and am messaging you now to tell you I literally threw up from the yucked someone's yum episode. Ben says, I barely made it through the fingernail bit, but then Ryan got to the pimples and I literally vomited in my car driving down the highway.
I'm taking it very seriously.
Thank God.
Also, this is the fact he's subscribed so he can get direct access.
Yeah.
If there's one way to turn Toni off doing anything, it's to give her money.
What do you mean?
Like, he's paid you and you're like, oh, sorry, bud. Thanks for your cash.
No, but so he goes on, right? And he says, thank God for an empty grocery bag on the seat next to me. That yum deserves so much yuck. I want to follow them around like the nuns from Game of Thrones, ringing a bell and crying out, shame, 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 shame. Ben then goes on to say, okay, thank you. All good now. Absolutely love ya and love the show. Been listening for years, but please never do that to me again.
Oh,
Bye.
we just did. We played it again. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, why?
Just to bring people up to speed.
We just wanted to get
bit
people
of
up to speed.
context. Yeah, bit of context. Yeah.
Because otherwise Ben's message would just be silly.
Oh,
If you hadn't heard that,
Yeah.
you wouldn't get it at all.
And you want him to resubscribe
Yes.
for another
Stay
month.
subscribed. Yeah.
Yes. So I messaged Ben back.
Yep.
And I said, Benny, I'm sorry, mate.
Don't fucking Benny this guy after all he's been through.
I was like, I'm so sorry, mate. And I was laughing and I was like, this is bad. Like I actually am really sorry. And I said, do you want me to refund your membership?
No.
Because your
No.
messages come through fucking loud and clear. And I was like, I feel really bad that you got so upset. And he said, nah, it was a great excuse to sign up. So maybe other people use this as an excuse. This is just the biggest ad for Patreon we've ever had. If you would like to message us directly about the toenails,
Sign up. Tony replies to every DM.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, not the most obvious marketing strategy.
Hey.
But the proof is in the pudding. What?
Oh no, I just thought about like a toenail pudding.
Sorry. So
With all that said and done,
are you saying net positive for the story?
no, I'm definitely
Because
not.
there's literally hundreds of comments on Instagram, YouTube, wherever. So Tony, as the spokesperson, as the bird in charge,
Yes.
as the muscles of this podcast, as the CEO, as the person whose name is first in the podcast title, do you think you're more of an in-studio apologist, or are you a bathroom floor YouTube apologist, or are you in the car? Where do you see you doing your best influencer girl hit rock bottom apology to the fans?
I quite enjoy like an apology in front of like a media wall.
Oh, like a press
so you go,
conference.
That sounds a bit too
No,
severe,
but
doesn't
media
it?
wall. But
you're
usually
right.
people are trying to distance themselves from
Yeah,
the brand.
trying to look. Well, I've seen an apology video with like, they looked really fancy. So maybe that's what I should try.
Put your best clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any Cartier love bracelets I could borrow? I need some Gucci.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
So the pause can relate.
yeah. I used to be like that.
Yeah. How embarrassing.
You like that?
I do
Yeah.
find that very interesting.
Yeah, that thanks.
It costs a lot of money to make people think you're rich.
Oh my God, so true. I'm going through that
Most
right
people
now.
spend all their money trying to convince other people they're rich, which is quite ironic. So is that what you'd like to do today? Is to put your best clothes on and be an absolute fuckhead?
Yeah, I normally take my Rolex off when we record, but I thought I would put it. Thought I would put it on today.
Oh, that's enough. So it's a no to the apology video.
I did have a good idea that maybe if we were going to do an apology video, would we not be wearing like our hoodies, and they it's like we can't even get dressed. That classic apology of like,
This has taken every part of my soul and being that I can't even get out of bed because I'm so sad that people have found out who I really am.
that
and
I'm a
it's
huge
so
fraud
distraught.
and
Yeah, you're right. Bring the hoodies over. Or do you want to do it from the bedroom in the studio, Tony?
You just want to get me in the bedroom.
Do you actually want to do it though? We can go and film that in part of this episode.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Charles, get your phone out. And then Tony, I'll stay here on the mic, but can you selfie style on your own phone?
Yep.
Like you can't even get out of bed.
Yep. Where's my Rolex?
Hang, you forgot your phone, sweetheart.
Why?
Because you need to selfie style the video.
Oh, I thought that my camera crew would be doing that.
No, you don't have that because you're a down to earth
down to
person.
earth, so
Like you
true.
used to be like.
Like I used to be like. For the Rolex.
All right, pre-Rolex.
I'll move this Shakti man.
All right, now you're under the covers. Are you getting real sad?
Okay, I'm just taking my shoes off. Ow, that's spiky.
Yeah, it's a Shakti mat. Someone who has their name also first of the podcast bought it because she is an impulse purchaser.
I'm not really crying enough.
It's acting. You just pretend.
Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry for jumping on like this because I look like an absolute wreck. I haven't seen my dermatologist in like 4 days. Look, I just wanted to jump on and just say that, like, we are so sorry about the toenails and the pimples. It's honestly taken it out of me to hear how people are feeling. And I would not do that because before I had a dermatologist, I used to get pimples all the time. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to remind people of what I used to be like. I can't get out of bed and I have had my nails done, but that was before all this happened. I'm so sorry to everyone that supported me. And I hope to be back in front of the camera soon. But like, apart from this. And sing.
Well done. Yeah. That was some incredible work. I'd say possibly even some of the best work you've ever done. She's back from set. Talent on set.
You'll be glad tonight I did take my ring off. Obviously, I wanted to look relatable. Either you'll love to see it. I've just started watching this new TV show on Netflix. It's really good. So if you're looking for something to watch this weekend, I have a recommendation.
A recommendation.
This new show on Netflix called Running Point. It's got Kate Hudson in it.
Yep.
And she, like, her family, like, owns the LA basketball team.
Anyone in particular?
It's called the LA Waves.
Oh, so it's
on
like,
the show, it's
yep.
like a fictional, but I'm guessing that Waves is like a play on Lakers. I'm guessing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Do you think it's like for legal purposes they couldn't lie?
Well, I think it's also just like, it's kind of not relevant, but you just like, you know, it's the big one.
Yep.
You know? But basically, like, her brother goes to rehab and like someone has to step in and Kate Hudson like steps in and she's just a fucking gun. It's the best show. It's so funny.
And so so I'm just so distracted by you wearing the hoodie.
I know. It's really hot.
Yeah. That's how I feel wearing this jacket.
Yeah, it's really hot. But I was like, if I try and take back behind the scenes chat, if I try and take this hoodie off, my whole dress is going to come off. And I'm going to just be here in my knickers.
Why'd
you do that?
Do you want to do it on camera?
Why'd you do that? Lick all your teeth like that.
I regret it.
I think you're supposed to lick your lips, not your teeth, you fucking weirdo.
Oh, like...
No.
You're still licking your teeth.
Oh.
Now you're licking the skin outside your mouth.
Isn't that what lips are called?
No.
Then what's a lip if not the skin outside your mouth?
So would you just give it a little one, like a...
Oh.
I turn my cell phone.
It is hot in here. I love to sit...
Is that good?
Yeah, that jacket...
I'm going to need like 3 people to help me get this off later.
Yep. My name's 3 people. My love to see it is from Erin, and she said that the podcast finished exactly as I pulled into the driveway.
Oh, my favourite type of you love to see it. I love that.
Yep.
Meant to be. Coincidence chat.
Yep. Enjoy Running Point, Fairy Bread, and Apology videos this weekend, and enjoy them Hawks playing tonight.
Woo-woo!
Big year, but not too big. We're just keeping a lid on it. Although Tony said the lid is off, but I'm keeping a lid on it.
I think it is.
Lid is
They're
on.
here.
The lid is on.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.